Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put 2 dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coon. The white man to go nuts if he can't shoot. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations, I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
I'm getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation.
Queen.
Touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I won't always smoke like hookah. Talking reparations. America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get mad. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat.
This is the sound of Eric Malcolm.
It's a cut on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans, and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. It's me now.
sorry, y'all, for all I've done. But I'm not the only one. In a dark place, I told some lies. But I'm not the only one. We all got secrets under the sun. In the shadows, we played the game. Now I'm standing here taking the blame. A lot of y'all was at the freak off too, so don't put it all on me. That's just the truth. I've been up and down this road trying to find my peace. Confessions of a man without a release. Oh, now, hey. In the mirror, I saw the truth hiding in plain view. I'm coming clean now, this burden to undo. We were all there dancing shadows in the night, acting wrong when we knew what was right. But deep inside, there's more you must see. In this room of mirrors, it's not just me. I walk this path with heavy chains, trying to shed those sins, erase the stains. I've seen the highs and the crushing lows, fading in the spotlight. That's how it goes. Now I'm standing here, hard on my sleeve, trying to clear the air, let the demons relieve. Every wrong turn and every mistake led me to this moment, let my soul quake. Plays a part in the shadows deep, lost in the game. It's promises to keep.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your daily vitamins. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Okay, so let me just download something real quick. So as you know, Diddy's going for bail for the third time today. So we're going to be finding out what's going on in real time, okay? And then also, you know, Damian Willams has announced that he's going to resign, and it's only been 3 years, okay, since he's held the position. So he's supposedly going to resign. So we're going to talk about that. Now, let me see what the updates are thus far. Okay, so let's see who's in here. All right. Hello, Pearly, 504 Nola, Nessie X, Leatrice, Buckhorse DC, Juju's in the house. All right. Songwriter Sunny, Luna Walker is here, DSB, About Damn Time, Aqua Girl Rising, Miss AP, Diane Dash. All right. So shout out to everybody in the chat. I see you, Deronda. Shout out to everybody in the chat and everyone tuned into the Queen. All hell no, Red Wine Entertainment. Okay. So everybody, please get those likes up. Remember, it doesn't cost you a single thing. All right. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr_A_Shakur, TikTok at Dr. A Shakur, and Twitter at DGoddess27. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. What did I miss? I'm a little late because I had to go visit somebody in the hospital this morning. Okay, so let me see what they posted thus far. Okay, here's a filing. Okay, it says, Dear Judge Subramanian, Defendant Sean Combs respectfully submits this letter in response to the court's request at the November 22nd, 2024 hearing for further briefing on the contours of the types of communications that Mr. Combs is able to engage in, consistent with this court's order and Rule 23.1 and the First and Sixth Amendment. For months and months, government agents, plaintiffs, attorneys, and others with questionable motives have been polluting the airwaves with false and outrageous claims about Mr. Combs. This nonstop drumbeat of negative publicity has destroyed his reputation and will make it virtually impossible for him to receive a fair trial. Mr. Combs is not required to sit idly by and acquiesce to all of this. Now, he has a right to a fair trial and a constitutional right to speak out on his own behalf. The government's arguments and that asking his children to post birthday wishes on Instagram and that he is not entitled to publicly express his opinion that this prosecution is racially motivated are quite simply an unconstitutional effort to silence him. Mr. Combs sought only to stop a wave of publicity that he perceived as prejudicing potential jurors and injuring his reputation in the community. And then they cite a case, Gentile versus State Bar of Nevada. Okay. And then they say his communications directed at the public are protected under the First Amendment and cannot justify denying bail or indeed preventing him from engaging in constitutionally protected public relations efforts, so long as they as long as they comport with the carefully tailored legal limits imposed by the controlling authorities described below. Okay, and they say, 1, Mr. Combs' communications regarding potential public statements and social media posting constitutes speech protected by the First Amendment. And then A, the most demanding scrutiny applies when the deciding issue in the United States versus Trump, they cite a Trump case. The D.C. Circuit assumed without deciding that the most demanding scrutiny applies to pretrial speech restrictions on criminal defendants. Okay, so basically they're saying that Diddy had a right to tell his kids to post that stuff on social media if he wanted to. And here's the thing. At the end of the day, whether we like it or not, he absolutely had the right to do that. He absolutely had a right to do that because here's why. First of all, as they said, it's protected under free speech. And just as the prosecution, that is, have been able to paint certain narratives, they allegedly leaked the Cassie Diddy video. Now, what do you think they were doing when they leaked that? Clearly trying to prejudice people against him. Now, mind you, I'm not saying that people shouldn't be prejudiced against him, but let's just go by the law. Let's just go by the legalities of it, not our emotions and feelings. As I always tell you, rise above your emotions into logical and critical thinking. So with that all being said, if they can do it, why are they acting as if Diddy can't? They're trying to skew jurors one way, potential jurors, and he's trying to do the opposite, trying to skew them in the other direction. So, the saying goes, is what's good for the goose is always good for the gander. Okay, now I told you all the feds were just doing too much and that it would come to something like this. Okay, just remember, you heard it here first. Diddy's probably going to get out and be home in time for that turkey to come out the oven for all we know. Okay, Leon Gardner says controlling authority. Now he knows he doesn't control anything. Well, they're not talking about Diddy. When they say controlling authority, they're talking about the judge, beloved. Definitely not Diddy. But let's talk about Damian Willams and why he's resigning. Okay, because he announced that today, which I find interesting, seeing as how he's only held the position for about 3 years. Okay? No more updates thus far. Hold on. Okay, so here's what came out. Hold on, here's another filing. Okay, let me get into this. Let me not get out of order. Combs argue in this filing, it says, Sean Combs argues First Amendment United States versus Trump precedent in third bid for bail with ruling soon. Now, there's actually 8 pages to this filing. I don't really think that, I'm not going to get into all of that, but I don't really think, hold on. Oh, now here's what the government said in response. Okay, dear Judge Subramaniam, the government respectfully submits this letter because remember, I told you guys they had to have their filings turned in by noon today. Okay, explaining why on Diddy's behalf for his legal team to explain why he should be allowed bail and for the prosecution to explain further why he should not. The government respectfully submits this letter in further opposition of the defendant's renewed application for bail and following the November 22nd, 2024 bail hearing in the above mentioned in the above caption matter. Now, at the hearing, the court requested that the parties address whether the defendant's conduct constituted obstruction for purposes of the Bail Reform Act. In addition, the courts ordered the parties to address whether the defendant's conduct violated the court's October 25th, 2024 order. Okay, the order and Local Criminal Rule 23.1. And what communications the defendant would properly be able to engage in as on a prospective basis. So they say, for the reasons set forth below, the defendant's conduct, both past and present, constitutes obstruction, and his recent efforts to influence the jury pool are in violation of Local Criminal Rule 23.1 and in contempt of the very order incorporating that rule that this defendant demanded. The defendant, and they're talking about when he was trying to get the gag order. Now, so the defendant's argument that any of this conduct is protected by the First Amendment is similarly baseless, they say. Moreover, as detailed in prior hearings and briefly addressed below, the defendant's history of obstructive conduct is part and parcel to his decades-long pattern of violence, which must be considered along with his obstructive conduct to fully assess his dangerousness under the Bail Reform Act. A holistic view of his obstructive and violent conduct that is still happening presently, makes clear that there's no way to rebuke the applicable presumption of detention in this case. The bail package presented by the defendant does not come close to ensuring the safety of the community, including from the defendant's ongoing efforts to obstruct this case, nor does it adequately protect from risk of flight. For all of these reasons, the defendant's renewed application for bail must be denied. So that's what they want. They want to deny it. And of course, we knew that. So right now, it's just a countdown to see what happens. Okay, so while we're waiting for further updates, let's talk about the federal prosecutor saying that he's going to resign. I find this all interesting. Manhattan's top federal prosecutor resigns to make way for Trump's replacement for powerful role. Manhattan's top prosecutor announced Monday he plans to resign from his post next month to make way for President-elect Donald Trump's chosen replacement to lead the powerful office. Damian Willams says that he would step down as U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York on December the 13th. He says, "Today is a bittersweet day for me. Now, it's bitter in the sense that I am leaving my dream job, leading an institution that I love, that is filled with the finest public servants in the world. It is sweet in that I am confident I am leaving at a time when the office is functioning at an incredibly high level, upholding and exceeding its already high standard of excellence, integrity, and independence." Willams, who was appointed by President Biden in November of 2021, has gone after several high-profile Democrats during his tenure, including former New Jersey Senator Bob Menendez and New York City Mayor Eric Adams. Williams' deputy Edward Y. Kim will take over as acting U.S. Attorney. His announcement comes after Trump earlier this month unveiled plans to replace him with former U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission Chairman Jay Clayton. So he has to go. Trump's already got him a replacement. Please pay attention. Yeah, I can only imagine how this is going to pan out. Okay, so that's what they're saying. That's what they say. Sunset Night says, "Good for Diddy. He needed that. He deserved it. He earned it." He earned what? He earned jail time as far as I'm concerned. Okay. And so anyway, and let me say something. You all know how I told you sometimes when you type things or what have you, it doesn't come out the right way, or it can be misperceived, or it can be perceived the wrong way or whatever. Like, for example, Diane says, "Diddler never get bail or see freedom. When you a prisoner, you have no rights. Everything in the state facility belongs to the state. These lawyers are evil people." Yep. All right, beloved, that's your opinion and you're entitled to it. Okay, Luna says, "I think they need to tell him it's over and stop taking all his money." Perhaps. All right. So anyway, with that all being said, we'll just wait and see. What I wanted to tell you all, as I was saying, that sometimes when people are typing stuff in the chat, it doesn't come out the way that you specifically intend for it to. It can be misinterpreted. So, Root Trackers by Yara says on replay, greetings, Queen. I hope you loved one in the hospital hills. Thank you, beloved. Okay, so let's see if they posted anything else. I don't see anything. Let me see what's going on outside the courthouse. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Hold on here. Okay, here's Damian Williams talking.
NBC News.
The indictment alleges that Combs abused and exploited women and other people for years. Business and employees of that business and other close associates to get offenses, but the sex trafficking conduct carries some significant penalties, and we are gratified that we were able to bring that charge.
Is one more coercive than the other?
I'm not going to be able to get into that, but you can look it up, and yes, sex trafficking, especially when it involves coercion or force, is a very serious crime, and it carries significant penalties.
Good afternoon, Darla Miles, ABC7 New York. Thank you for this press conference and for the details. 2 questions. In context of this indictment and the information that was presented to the grand jury, are you able to clarify the number of victims? It's mentioned plural in the indictment, but can you specify the number of victims just for this particular indictment? And secondly, can you provide details about the alleged arson?
Unfortunately, I'm not able to provide either. The number of victims, you are correct. We are intentional in saying multiple. The details of the arson incident are limited to what we have in the indictment and also the detention letter that we filed, which contains more details than the indictment does at various points. But we don't have anything more beyond that. Next question.
Lynn Tran, CNN.
Are any of his accomplices or associates under investigation? And additionally, could he face any more charges?
So the investigation is ongoing.
Okay, I'm gonna stop there. That's old news. I thought that was him maybe announcing why he was something about his resignation coming soon. Okay. I'm gonna share the screen on X so we don't miss anything. Let's have a word from my sponsor at 12 Tribes.
Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
Okay, and don't forget you can purchase 12 Tribes at Etsy. Just look for Lisa Crafts. You can also find it at Walmart.com. Okay, so hold on, beloveds. So listen, I have some audio for you all to listen to. It is all so nefarious. Okay, because Jaguar Wright got into it with the governess last night. Okay, I'm going to play that audio in just a second. Hold on. Let me just change this title real quick. Okay. Now let me pull this up so you all can hear this, honey, because it got real ugly real quick. Okay. Let me see here. Where is it? Where is it? And also, by the way, let's talk about Diddy's twins first. Okay, let's talk about his twins first because his twins, they donned cheerleader uniforms and tiaras for senior night after his third bail hearing. Diddy's missing out on a lot of their milestones since he's been in jail. Unfortunately, that's the price you pay for being nefarious. Okay, Sean Diddy Combs' twin daughters tried to keep their lives as normal as possible when they celebrated their senior night at their high school recently. Now, Jesse and Delilah Combs, ages 17, shared a photo to their Instagram account on Sunday that showed them dressed up in cheerleading uniforms as they stood on the sidelines of a school football field. The celebration followed their disgraced father's third attempt to bail request before a judge on Friday. Now, Jesse and Delilah were both in attendance for the hearing before a federal judge in New York as they supported Diddy, who has been charged with, well, we already know the charges. Okay, in their photo, the twins look carefree in a navy blue and white cheerleader uniforms. They added a regal touch with their matching tiaras, and they carried lustrous pink and blue pom-poms to assist their sidelines routines. These girls are so pretty. They look like Kim and Diddy. They look so much like Kim and Diddy. They'll be going off to college soon, I'm sure. So the sisters also had pink and black senior sashes that noted that they were part of the class of 2025. Senior night, they captioned the senior night. That's what they captioned the post, adding a heart emoji. The two had limited comments on their post, presumably to keep out any critical comments, bringing up their father's legal troubles and the assault allegations that have dogged him, as the comments section was filled with exclusively positive remarks. Earlier on Friday, Diddy was spotted in the courtroom blowing kisses at the twins and other family members who accompanied them to his bail hearing, including his mother Janice, his adopted son Quincy, his biological sons Justin and King, and daughter Chance. The rap mogul who was in court in a prison-issued tan shirt and trousers, was able to avoid arriving in shackles after his attorney argued that forcing him to wear them would offend the dignity of the court. Diddy also highlighted his love for his family by holding his hands together in prayer or in the prayer sign and tapping his heart while gazing at them. Sounds so sad and forlorn, but Diddy, this is what you get when you do nefarious things. Please pay attention. Now, after Diddy's attorney, Anthony Rico, told Judge Arun Subramanian that the rapper's family had traveled a great distance to support him at the hearing, she said that it was important for them to be with him. But the prosecutor, Christy Slavic, didn't hold back when it was her turn to speak, because they don't care how long and how far his family had to travel. This is all Diddy's fault. He is where he is. So he should have thought of all of this before he engaged in such alleged activities. And remember, this is all alleged. Diddy maintains his innocence. She blasted Diddy, calling him a violent abuser who was allegedly a danger to the community, as she argued that he should not be granted bail. He has already twice been denied bail, including during an attempt in which he offered up a $50 million package, in which he offered this to put up his mother's own home and his surety, or as a surety. Now, he also offered to agree to be monitored constantly by security guards. And let's talk about that, because Diddy said, or the attorneys said, that Diddy would, be willing to have private security to monitor him and watch him while he's at home. But the problem with that is this: Diddy, we already know how you get down. Okay, we already know how you roll. So at the end of the day, can we trust Diddy with private security monitoring him? No, of course we cannot. Because let us not forget that Fahim Muhammad, who was his chief of security, right? And that 198 acres of land that he purchased over there on the southern border, which I have told you that I believe was for something nefarious, okay? Like possibly trafficking. And of course, this is all speculation. I have nothing to substantiate any of it, but that's what I think. Okay. And so, basically, if that's going to be his security personnel, okay, the private team that whoever that man works for, yeah, you can't trust it. And we also know that Diddy has paid off people in the past, allegedly paid off people in the past for certain things. So yeah, I don't know how that's going to fare. And they also said, they first wanted Diddy to be able to go to Miami and stay on Star Island, but the judge was like, no, 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 don't even think about it. Okay, first of all, why would they let him go to Miami? Because Diddy is clearly a flight risk. Even if Diddy has not a dime left, which he does, but even if he didn't, he still has, connections. And there are some people who would love to see him just disappear into the abyss so that they don't have to worry about certain things coming out any further. Okay, so yeah, he's clearly a flight risk, and we really want to put him in Miami right next, okay, to the ocean? I don't think so. Okay, I don't think so. So now his attorneys come out and say, well, maybe we can put him up in a nice apartment or something in New York, okay, at an undisclosed location. So, we'll see what the judge says. But anyway, goes on to say, he also offered to be monitored constantly by security guards while he was held on home detention, though the offer was ultimately refused. Now, in addition to his criminal trial, Diddy is facing multiple accusations of rape and assault, all of which he has denied so far. Now, last week, an unidentified woman, as they described as a former model, filed a lawsuit against him in which she claimed she was assaulted at the Hamptons in his mansion during a party on the 4th of July of 2024. And she accused Diddy of assaulting her while she was unconscious after she was allegedly rugged, okay? And she also claimed that he had threatened her to scare her away from speaking about what had happened. These lawsuits are piling up. These lawsuits are clearly piling up, okay? Hey, Byron, Truth Brown's in the house, Samantha. Okay, so what I was going to say, Aqua Girl Rising said a failed system. Yes, absolutely. And so what I was also going to say is, like I was talking about people putting stuff in the chat, is because somebody had a dispute with somebody about that yesterday on their channel. And I was thinking that the other day, I want to say it was sometime last week, when I was talking about Tony Busby being hit with a lawsuit for assault by one of his former clients, I remember Reggie put in the chat and said, oh, she probably owed him money. And at the time, I was thinking that he meant that, maybe she filed a lawsuit because she owed him money and maybe she didn't want to pay it. But then when I thought about it later, I was like, oh no, he was clearly trying to say that that's possibly why he jacked her up, okay, with a bottle and all of that, which is what the lady supposedly alleged, that maybe she owed him some money and that's why he may have gotten a little rough with her. So anyway, so just be careful of how you put things in the chat. Don't put anything disrespectful to anyone or anything, that's not appropriate, okay? And please don't be trolling. That's the last thing you want to do on this channel. And, just try to put things as accurately as possible. Okay, now, with that all being said, before we get into the next update, I'm not sure how long it's going to take. Let me just tell you guys something. Y'all know sometimes when I have time on my hands, I like to go and read some of the comments. Okay? But and sometimes people put crazy stuff in the comments, and sometimes I'll put them on blast. Okay, hold on. So someone left me a comment yesterday after I was calling out all the lies, and the person who was telling all those lies on here, somebody left me a comment. I'm going to put it up on the screen so you all can see this for yourselves. Because they said, and this isn't the first time somebody has said this, they said something about, hold on. They said something about people not caring about the kids, which I thought was interesting because I've talked about the kids a lot. And in my opinion, when people say stuff about that, all they're trying to do really is just gaslight and deflect. Okay. That's what they're trying to do, in my opinion. Just trying to gaslight and deflect because they don't like the fact that you're calling out liars who lie. And it doesn't matter if the person was a victim, claims to be a victim, or any of that. When you're telling lies, blatant ones, okay, or mixing lies with truth, however you're doing it, that could be detrimental to the people who actually are telling 100% truths. Okay. Okay, so let me just put this. Hold on. Let me see if I can find this real quick. It can all be so simple. Since I've been rocking with Queen. Hold on, this chat's moving kind of quick. Since I've been rocking with Queen since day one, I stepped behind Queen, just letting y'all know. Thank you, beloved. I appreciate you. Red Wine Entertainment said facts. The system is not the one talking. It's the one not talking about the children. Exactly. Okay, exactly. And so anyway, honey, you know how some people do. They don't know what they're talking about. And so they just be saying crazy stuff. Like I said, I think it's always a deflection because if they have been watching my channel on a regular basis, which clearly they haven't, okay, then they would know that I have talked about kids on a myriad of occasions. I report on missing kids, and all sorts of stuff. Hold on. Hold on. And you know, my thing is if they don't like what the Queen is cooking, why are they on here? Why are they on here? That's all I'm saying. Yeah, so this is what they said. Y'all don't seem to care about the children. That's what they said. Y'all don't seem to care about the children. First of all, who is y'all? Are they imply that none of us care about the children? People are just ridiculous. Okay, so here it is right here. Likes up, everyone, please. Likes up. Another Andrew Bishop says Diddy did it all. Says Diddy did it all. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, so here it is right here. Let's talk about it. So, yeah, they said y'all don't seem to care about the children. And I said, we are concerned about the kids. That's why the liars are being called out. Mixing truth with lies is dangerous. Now, if the liars cared about the kids, they wouldn't be lying. And if you truly cared about the kids, you wouldn't be deflecting and acting like liars shouldn't be held accountable. Peace and blessings. Okay, like sit down somewhere. Okay, don't come for me. Don't start telling me what I care about. If you want to know something, then ask me a question. And then they go on to say, you know what I'm saying? Don't try to. Hold on, let me share this again. Don't try to act like people shouldn't be called out and held accountable for their nefarious actions. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Okay. And then they said, because that's not me. Your energy is not aligning with mine. I will kindly unsubscribe myself now, but before I go, I will leave you with this. Y'all new to this and grew up in this, so I already know the truth. I didn't need no one to say it, but y'all truth seekers make it hard for real victims. I was born in Los Angeles in the 60s. My grandfather was a famous musician and my uncle was even more famous. Who cares? What does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with the kids specifically, since they brought it up? Okay, y'all can't convince me. Sorry. Stay focused on those shipping containers full of kids and get some receipts on that, and I will come back. But until then, blessings, Queen. Sit down somewhere, honey. You have to ever come back, okay? And I told them, beloved, it's not my job or desire to convince you or anyone else of anything. I'm just here to report truth and expose lies. FYI, I have been reported on missing children for years. I also reported on PDF files more times than most. I showed the shipping containers right across from Diddy's Miami mansion. I was the first to report on his former security chief purchasing 98 acres of land on the southern border, which I believe is for trafficking children. Okay, like sit down somewhere, honey. Okay, so people are nefarious. And then I said, I also asked about the 320,000 missing migrant kids. So if you don't know that if you don't know that, you haven't been paying attention. FYI, I didn't owe you an explanation because I report whatever I want on my channel. I gave you one to prove how you don't even know what you're talking about. Lastly, there was no need for you to respond negatively because I don't work for you. And whatever you think of me, it's your business, not mine. Okay? Have several seats, ma'am or sir. I don't know why people feel the need to try to tell people when they're leaving their channel because nobody cares. I mean, I don't, so why should I? Because for every person that leaves, there's more that come along, okay? And if I'm not your cup of tea, then by all means, exit stage left. Okay, I'm not for everybody, and I've said that a myriad of times. And that's why I always announce that if you don't like what the queen is cooking, you know what to do. And some people clearly don't know what to do because they don't like what the queen is cooking, but yet they still sit here and persist and then think that I'm supposed to be butthurt, bothered, or sad because they tell me they're going to leave, talking about I'm not going to respond to you negatively. Well, there's no need to respond negatively because I didn't say anything negative. I just simply told you that I don't work for you because some of these people seem to think that I work for them. Okay, I work for them. I work for myself. Like the people that would come in the chat saying, "Oh, Queen, you were so late today. You were late." Yes, I was late. And what? And actually, I wasn't late because I get here when I feel like it. How's that? Okay, I'm never really late because I'm my own boss. Okay, no one tells me what time to punch in. I don't have to hit the clock. Okay, sit down somewhere. And now I tried to appease a few people who complained about the length of my intros, but at the end of the day, I don't have to do any of this. If I want a 15-minute long intro, I can do it. All you have to do is, if it's a problem, is just don't watch the live, catch the replay. And by the way, shout out to the replay game. Or you can just wait and fast forward. Okay, you can do whatever you choose. I mean, why are people always crying about silly, nonsensical stuff as if us content creators are supposed to really care? Just asking. Just asking, because I have several questions. Okay. Michael M said the queen is never late. She always arrives at the appointed time. Thank you, beloved. Okay. Look at Juju. Juju said, exactly, Queen, run them jams. Then talking about I be jamming the whole time. Okay, I'm just saying. Dorana said the queen sips her tea. Erica Bishop said the queen ain't playing no games. Okay, they better recognize. True Brown said nobody reads like the queen and me. LOL. Okay, I read them for filth, honey. They need to have several seats. But so anyway, listen. I heard some very salacious gossip. Okay, like I told you guys, Jaguar got into it, honey, with the governance. Let me see if I can find it because I know I sent it to my. Hold on, beloved. It's gonna take me a second. Okay, before I get into that, let's talk about TD Jakes because you all know TD Jakes had an emergency, health emergency, and not sure if some people have speculated that's what it was, but it hasn't been confirmed, I don't think. Bishop TD Jakes suffers health incident after powerful sermon during Sunday service. That sermon he was giving, he was actually talking about people in the hospital. And then he ended up in the hospital. So that was quite ironic. Prayers for his speedy recovery. Okay. Prayers for his speedy recovery, beloveds. So let's see what they're saying. Hopefully he'll be out soon if he isn't already. Okay, so here's what page 6 reported. Bishop T.D. Jakes suffers medical emergency during sermon at Sunday service. Okay, Bishop T.D. Jakes suffered a medical emergency. They said, then this is what he was saying when it all happened. He was up there saying, "Oh Lord, my strength, my redeemer, let them go in peace." And then he almost went in peace. Please pay attention. Okay, Jakes then began involuntarily shaking in his seat before those around him rushed toward him to offer support. People were heard saying, "Back up and give him some space," as the live stream video was cut. A voice off camera then asked attendees of the church and online to begin to pray. Soon after the incident occurred, Jakes' team took to Twitter or X to share an update on the pastor's condition, saying during today's service, Bishop T.D. Jakes experienced a slight health incident and received immediate medical attention following his powerful hour-long message. Bishop Jakes is stable and under the care of the medical professionals. Now, they say the entire Potter's House family is grateful for the outpouring of love, prayers, and support from the community. Thank you for your understanding and continued prayers. Page 6 also reached out to the pastor's team for comment, but did not immediately hear back. They say immediately after the incident, several fans online speculated that Jakes had suffered a stroke, but his team has not disclosed what actually occurred. They say Bishop T.D. Jakes has a medical emergency. That's all they say. Not sure if it was a stroke. And then someone else posted saying, that's a stroke. Thoughts and prayers out to him and his family. The health emergency took place at the Potter's House Church in Dallas, where Jakes serves as pastor. The motivational speaker, born Thomas Dexter Jakes, founded the non-denominational multicultural church in 1996, according to his website, and it has over 30,000 members. The church promotes a mission to bring together the down and out, the homeless, and the other walks of life to worship and serve together in one or more of the 59 different ministries. So does he allow homeless people in his church? Because I do believe that Joel Osteen doesn't. Okay, at least not from when they had that hurricane that time. He didn't want to let those people in. Y'all remember that? Allegedly, he didn't want to let those people in. I find it all interesting. Okay, so let's go back to the share and see what's going on. Okay, this looks like another filing. Oh, this is for Ghislaine Maxwell. This guy is doing a good job. He's covering multiple instances. Okay, he's talking about the Menendez brothers, Ghislaine Maxwell, Diddy. Okay. Even Kevin Spacey. He's got all kinds of stuff he's posting on here. So, see what's going on. The meantime, let's hear a little music. I'll play Haters on the Corner for Juju. I know that's Juju's song. Another Queen Ahmadiyyah production.
Haters on the corner, they talking real loud, spreading no light, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Got my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Propaganda swirling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track.
Another Queen Ahmadiyyah production.
Haters on the corner, they talking real loud, spreading no light, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Got my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Propaganda swirling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. Haters on the corner, they talking real loud, spreading no light, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to came in my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an never looking back. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track.
Another Queen Ahmadiyyah production.
Haze on the corner, they talking real loud. Spreading on light, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Got my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Popping pin swilling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark, taint in my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track.
Another Queen Ahmadiyyah production.
Haze on the corner, they talking real loud. Spreading on light, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Got my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Popping pin swilling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power.
Another Queen Ahmadiyyah production.
Every time open a sex gate, my keep the words, my faith that can't even only be money saves. It's like an earthquake, don't calling you out. Queen of constant, this kid of only about such an awesome place. Just a more for all. Marching on, Queen Royals, we on the throne. Through highs and lows, we stand strong. By haters, we've heard it all before. We'll keep shining while you walk out the door.
Another Queen Ahmadiyyah production.
Every time open a sex gate, my keep the words, my faith that can't even only be money saves. It's like an earthquake, don't calling you out. Queen of constant, this kid of only about such an awesome place. Just a more for all.
Okay, so guys, I might as well go ahead and read some more of these documents while we're waiting for further updates. Okay, so in the United States versus Trump, with the DC Circuit, assumed without deciding that the most demanding scrutiny applies to pretrial speech restrictions on criminal defendants, in that only a significant and immediate threat to the administration of criminal justice will support restricting a defendant's speech. Okay, now the court considered but rejected application of the less exacting substantial likelihood of material prejudice, but standard let's see, standard articulated in Gentile versus State Bar of Nevada, which considered a professional disciplinary sanction on a criminal defense lawyer pursuant to an ethical rule. Now, Gentile standards disciplinary sanction, hold on. Gentile standard relied in part on lawyers' special duties and roles as officers in the court. Okay, and then they cite a couple of laws, 501 US at 1066 to 1074, and the Supreme Court has never decided what standard of review applies to a criminal defendant's own speech. Because Mr. Combs is a criminal defendant and is presumed to be innocent, he has a greater constitutional claim than other trial participants, including counsel, to criticize and to speak out against the prosecution and the criminal trial process that seek to take away his liberty. You know what this reminds me of? I want you all to pay attention to something. You know what this is reminding me of? Do you all remember what Sloan Bella said about Diddy? When Sloan Bella was covering the stuff about Diddy, do you guys remember what she said? At some point, Sloan Bella said that Diddy would not be able to speak. She said that they would, like, she sees his mouth being sewn shut, that he wouldn't be able to say anything. And I wonder, you know, I don't know for sure. I wonder if this is what she was referring to, because they seem to not want Diddy to speak. And the irony of it all is that Diddy was basically the one that was telling them, you know, he's the one that was basically telling them that he needed a gag order for people that were going around speaking on the case while it's still, you know, and he felt like they were dirtying the jury pool and all of that, okay, while they were doing further investigation. So anyway, goes on to say, he has greater constitutional claim than, hold on, let me see something. Okay. Where am I at? Okay. Then other trial participants, including counsel, they say to criticize and speak out against the prosecution of the criminal trial, the process, and to take away his liberty. And then they cite Trump again, that Trump case, and they say accordingly, this court should apply Trump's heightened standard when considering Mr. Combs' speech here for the same reasons. Local Criminal Rule 23.1 and this court's gag order, which employs the substantial likelihood formulation, is only enforceable to the extent it withstands Trump's higher level of scrutiny with respect to the speech at issue. Although, to be clear, as explained at the November 22nd hearing in infra, the communications at issue would not violate the court's order or take away local rule anyway. Okay, so we'll see how this all turns out, but let's continue. So to the extent the government disagrees to the standard and it has no response to rely on Gentile's observation that the speech of those participating before the courts could be limited because of a supposed distinction between participants in the litigation and strangers to it. Okay, and then they put the statute in there, or the law. Now, this argument is most apt when applied to those who voluntarily invoke the court's jurisdiction, but defendants are involuntarily present and thus cannot be said to consent to a restriction on their speech. This is what, and then they say Erwin Chemerinsky, lawyers have free speech rights. Okay, they have free speech rights too. Now, this is what Erwin Chemerinsky says, that lawyers have free speech rights too. Why gag orders on trial participants are always unconstitutional. They say, indeed, a criminal defendant awaiting trial in a controversial case has the full power of the government arrayed against him and the full spotlight of media attention focused upon him. Now, the government must satisfy a heavy burden. So the Second Circuit has held that per se proscriptions, not prescriptions, okay, of certain types of speech in the trial context are overboard and violate the First Amendment. Then they cite a case, United States versus Cutler. Okay, thus, when enforcing rules such as Local Criminal Rule 23 23.1, the court must examine the specific speech in light of the record evidence to determine if it risks undermining a fair trial. Please pay attention. Honey, they're probably going to mess around and let Diddy out. Local Criminal Rule 23.1, general categories of presumptively. This is all nefarious. So let me go on to the next page. And they have a huge footnote here, something about a clear and present danger. In the United States versus Ford, another case they cited, the Sixth Circuit applied an even more exacting clear and present danger test, a gag order on a criminal defendant. Ford found no legitimate reasons for a lower threshold standard for defendants seeking to express themselves. Although Trump rejected Ford, Mr. Combs nevertheless preserves the argument that Ford's standard applies. The court need not decide these issues, however, because Mr. Combs' speech is clearly protected under the less exacting standard articulated in Trump, as well as the even lower substantial likelihood standard outlined in Gentile. So again, they're citing these two cases, Trump and Gentile. So they say Cutler interpreted a previous iteration of the Eastern District of New York. Okay, I'm going to skip past all of that. So then they say prejudicial speech are not dispositive of the question, regardless, as explained in the November 22nd hearing, and further, hold on. Okay, and further infra, the communications at issue do not violate the rule. Now, the party seeking to justify a speech restriction bears the heavy burden of demonstrating in advance of trial that without prior restraints, a fair trial will be denied. Okay, and then they have Nebraska Press and Associates. Or I think that's Associates versus Stewart. So they cite even another case. The record must show the specific words have an extraordinary power to undermine or destroy the efficacy of the criminal justice system. And then they say Trump, 88th F 4th at 1013, and then they quote Gentile. Now, it must establish the imminence and magnitude as well as the high likelihood of harm to the court's core duty to ensure the fair and orderly conduct of a criminal trial and its truth-finding functions. The court's finding must appropriately be grounded both in record facts and common human experience. Where risk of prejudicing the jury pool is an issue, and record must establish a nexus between the speech and the potential for prejudice to the jury veneer. So they're citing, several different cases in here also. Marceau versus Lafayette from 2013 at the Fifth Circuit Court. Okay, let's go back to see what if they have any more updates. Okay, still nothing as of yet. Kyla said, I was saying that, Queen, they're going to let him out. Yeah, it looks like it to me because like I told you guys, if they were going to keep him in, seems like the judge would have just said that on Friday. I mean, that's just what it looks like. So in making the determinations, the court should consider such factors as the speech's phrasing, timing, setting, and meaning. Because here's the thing. They said that Diddy was sitting up there telling his kids, when he was telling them to make that video of the birthday with the little cake and with love, eating the cake and all that stuff, basically to post that to social media. And the kids were like, wait a minute, the attorney said we can't do that kind of stuff. And Diddy said, I don't care. It's my birthday. Damn it. So basically, Diddy told him, no, do it anyway. I don't care what they say. Okay? It goes on to say, in making these determinations, the court should consider such factors as the speech's phrasing, timing, setting, and meaning. Okay? Explaining that exposure to information concerning a case 6 months before trial is less likely to result in prejudice because it will fade from memory long after the trial date. The court should also consider the forms of media at issue and their circulation, as the mere presence of extrajudicial comments in some forms of media does not by itself establish the potential for prejudice of the jury. All right, well, it looks like they're making a pretty good argument as far as I'm concerned. Okay, please pay attention. It looks like they're making a pretty good argument. Like they're saying, even if something was said that they were concerned about the jurors hearing, that these people likely will have forgotten about it because, you know, in the next 6 months, they likely will not even be thinking about that. And which could be the case. Okay, which could absolutely be the case. And so anyway, we'll see how it turns out. Now, this is page 3. It's like I told you guys, it's like 8 pages. They cite another case, States versus Brown, from 2024. Okay, so let me see if there's any more updates. All right, I'm going to play a little bit more music.
I'm bored of a mint, twist be clean, travel far from stock machine, pass from person to machine, in the pocket leading me, watch me in their hands agree, flowing through a climbing speed, I'm the story, take the lead, cash bubbling underneath the speed. Beneath the cowboy, boots and spurs, tucked in leather, water served, crumpled up with water sprite. I'm a reason, dreams they climb from the honky tonk, the subway rise. Every pocket, every stride, every pocket, every stride. I'm a dollar grand. I'm bored of a mint, twist be clean, travel far from stock machine, pass from person to machine, in the pocket leading me, watch me in their hands agree, flowing through a climbing speed, I'm the story, take the lead, cash bubbling underneath the speed. Beneath the cowboy, boots and spurs, tucked in leather, water served, crumpled up with water sprite. I'm a reason, dreams they climb from the honky tonk, the subway rise. Every pocket, every stride, every pocket, every stride. I'm a dollar grand.
Another Queen Ahmadiyyah production.
I'm bored of a mint, twist be clean, travel far from stock machine, pass from person to machine, in the pocket leading me, watch me in their hands agree, flowing through a climbing speed, I'm the story, take the lead, cash bubbling underneath the speed. Beneath the cowboy, boots and spurs, tucked in leather, water served, crumpled up with water sprite. I'm a reason, dreams they climb from the honky tonk, the subway rise. Every pocket, every stride, every pocket, every stride. I'm a dollar grand. In the hand of fortune, wild and free, from dusted towns, big city dreams, spinning pop through every scene. I'm a dollar rolling on the street, through deserts, fighting forest streams. I've seen it all, I'm the golden thing, from farmers market to Wall Street scheme. Keep me close on the currency dream. Through the mountains under the skies, Hear more whisper in your supply. Trading hands with a clean light.
Another Queen Ahmadiyyah production.
I'm bored of a mint, twist be clean. Travel far from slot machine. Pass from person to machine. In the pocket leading me. Watch me in their hands agree. Flowing through a climbing speed. I'm the story, take the lead. Cash bubble underneath the speed. Beneath the cowboy, boots and spurs.
Okay. Still no updates as of yet. So anyway, now the document on the fourth page of the document, it says, nor does the speech target known or reasonably foreseeable witnesses concerned their potential participation in the criminal proceeding. Then they cite the United States versus Bankman Fried, which is the man that's in the same dormitory, being housed in the same dormitory as Diddy, by the way. Okay, affirming order revoking bail because speech to commit a criminal offense, such as witness tampering, which requires proof of persuasion that is corrupt, falls outside of zone of constitutional protection. Mr. Combs did not make public statements in an attempt to discredit testimony of the prosecution or make evidence available to the news media. Okay, then they cite Shepard versus Maxwell from 1996. The speech does not concern any attempt to publish court-ordered discovery. Gentile, they reference that case again and say this is not a case where the party's expression was itself obstructive. And then they mention the Trump case. They say, nor does the speech involve any sensitive considerations that have justified restrictions such as the publishing of minor victims' age, images, or content likely to inflict public ridicule and embarrassment on victims. Basically, they're just saying that, the prosecution's trying to say that Diddy shouldn't have had that stuff posted by his kids, the cake and all of that stuff with the little birthday situation going on. And they're really saying that, listen, Judge, if he said that I don't care when his kids told him his attorney said they're not supposed to do that kind of stuff, and he says I don't care, that clearly means that he's not going to obey the rules once he gets outside. He won't even obey the rules while he's in jail. So what do you think he's going to do, Judge? That's the prosecution's argument. Okay, so please pay attention. They're saying he's not following the rules as of now, currently. So he's definitely not going to follow the rules once you let him out, and that's why you should not let him out. Now it says, moreover, the speech at issue does not come near any of Local Criminal Rule 23.1, okay, categories of presumptively prejudicial speech. It does not concern information likely to be inadmissible at trial, Rule 23.1. Then it also says, see also Shepard. I guess that's another case. Nor does it concern the identity, testimony, or credibility of prospective witnesses, and it falls far short of any type of threat likely to risk prejudicing the trial. And they referenced Trump again and say, Mr. Trump issued a warning. If you go after me, I'm coming after you. And targeted a grand jury witness by stating that he shouldn't testify, that he was a failure and a loser. That sounds just like Trump. That sounds just like him. Now, Mr. Combs' speech falls on the opposite side of the line and is clearly protected. Anticipated speech about being a revolutionary or about a racist prosecution involves thoughts that this prosecution is politically motivated, or that he's innocent of the charges against him to the core, or they say that's the core of protected speech. Indeed, criticizing the Department of Justice and the prosecutors is not proscribed. Now, to the contrary, criticism of government is at the very center of the constitutionality protected area of free discussion. Then they cite Rosenblatt versus Baer. Now, Mr. Combs' anticipated words were directed at public officials and their conduct in office. There's no question that speech critical of the exercise of the state's power lies at the very center of the First Amendment. I don't know. We'll see how it all turns out. I'm just waiting for another update. They have Donald Trump's docket up today also. Donald J. Trump defended United States of America versus Donald J. Trump. The government has filed a motion to dismiss. That's what it says. Filed a motion to dismiss. Hippie Rush says they let the white CEO guy get out on bail, and he was accused of SAF kids, so he should have a chance at bail. You know, they tried to argue, the prosecution that is, that the cases were not similar because this man's 80 and Diddy's decades younger. And also they said the man was not charged with anything violent. And they also say that basically they don't feel like he's much of a flight risk. I don't think. But at the end of the day, he still is a flight risk. Okay, he's rich. Doesn't matter his age. If you're a rich person, I'm sure you have lots of connections and lots of money, and you absolutely could flee for all they know. Okay, they're trying to act like these cases are so far apart and so different. And then they also brought up the fact that Diddy had firearms at his house with the serial numbers missing, and the older guy from the former CEO, Michael Jeffries, didn't. So that's just one of the things they're saying. I don't know. I'm thinking he's going to get bail just because of all this stuff that's going on. And the judge was asking very specific and direct questions. Okay, he really wanted them to put their best foot forward and either convincing him that Diddy should get bail, that would be the defense, or convincing them that Diddy absolutely should not, and that would be the prosecution. Aquagirl Rising said Ghislaine Maxwell fled. They found her in the South. Really? Perplex said, Queen, the difference is Diddy is black. Oh, yeah, well, he did say that. He did say that it was because he was black. I mean, you know, I said Damian Williams is black too, though, the lead prosecutor. But, you know, hey, could still be because he's black. Greta says, I'm thinking he's not going to get bail. I don't know, beloved. It's hard to say. I think that he just might. I think if I had to just take a guess, I would probably say yes. I would probably say yes, because I think that the feds have made a bunch of mishaps, like I told you guys last week, to where the judge is even looking at them with a whole side eye. So goes on to say, the plurality opinion in Gentile is further obstructive on this point. The plurality concluded the statements that the state sought the indictment and conviction of an innocent man. An innocent man? They're trying to act like Diddy's all innocent. So crazy. That's exactly what they're trying to say. Did y'all hear this? Said the state sought conviction of an innocent man. Interesting. And said that they were trying to use Diddy as a scapegoat. That's what they say. They sought the conviction of an innocent man as a scapegoat, likening the police department to crooked cops, okay, who did not demonstrate any real or specific threat they say Diddy didn't represent any real or specific threats to the legal process. Rather, the plurality concluded such statements have the full protection of the First Amendment. You know, at the end of the day, I don't see how Diddy isn't able to get out, even though the guy from Abercrombie and Fitch clearly had a few different findings in his case, but still, I absolutely think that they just want to keep Diddy in there because they want those tapes back and they want to know where they are. If he starts talking, then they'll let him out. Okay, then in my opinion. Now, as for Mr. Combs' children's birthday wishes, the message was entirely innocuous. Okay, it could not possibly produce an interference that is material. Nor was the message made with the knowledge that such interference is highly likely to result or be made intending to delay or obstruct the judicial process. It is no response. It is no response to cite Mr. Combs' subjective hope that his birthday message would reach the public, including potential jurors. Mr. Combs' reputation is drowning in a sea of negative publicity prompted by the government's prosecution here, as well as dozens of civil suits. And he is free to defend himself in the court of public opinion, which is all the statements cited by the government's evidence. Terra Nova 24, that's another one. Indeed, as noted, Mr. Combs' reply, a core assumption underlying the Gentile and the First Amendment is that press comments is sometimes necessary to protect the rights of the defendant and to defend his reputation, because the defense does not begin inside the courtroom door and cannot ignore the practical implications of a legal proceeding for those accused. Even in a case where the speech at issue directly targeted known jurors, the Second Circuit did not uphold restrictions on free speech. So basically saying, listen, y'all have had people do this before. Okay, y'all have had people doing certain things before, but that didn't have any findings on restricting the person's speech. And they cite another case, United States versus Coltrane from 2005. Finding other prohibiting press publication of jurors' names and addresses during pendency of trial to be a prior restraint in a violation of the Sixth Amendment. Okay, that's all boring. I'm sorry. It's about to put me to sleep. That's all I'm saying. Let me put some music back on. Ebony Eye says Diddy was threatening witnesses. Abercrombie & Fitch CEO was not threatening witnesses. They fear Fitty will come to threaten witnesses. I think that man may have been alleged to have been threatening witnesses. Let me just double check real quick. Okay, let's see what we have going on here. Still nothing.
Beneath the cowboy boots and spurs, tucked in leather, water served, crumpled up but polished pride. I'm the reason dreams take flight from the honky tonk, the subway rides. Every pocket, every stride, every pocket, every stride.
Of all that drama says, did they allow him to have the laptop? I don't know. Haven't heard anything else about that. But, you know, you have to be careful allowing inmates to have items such as laptops. Okay, because you don't know what they're looking at, what they're looking up and things like that. If they're trying to reach out to people, you know, if they're concerned about Diddy intimidating witnesses or trying to mess with a jury pool, you know, that laptop would definitely not be a good idea, because then he wouldn't even have to worry about his kids doing stuff. Okay, he wouldn't even have to worry about his kids doing anything because he could just do it himself. I mean, maybe. Unless they're monitoring everything.
Haze on the corner, they talking real loud. Spreading on light, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here roughly, ain't gonna hide. Poppin' Guinness swilling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track.
Another Queen Ahmadiyyah production.
Haze on the corner, they talking real loud. Spreading on light, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Got my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Poppin' Guinness swilling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track.
Okay, so how can he request bail again if he's denied? You can request bail multiple times. I don't think there is a limit. You can request bail multiple times. Okay. Oh, I'm on the wrong phone. I think I'm going to play that audio of Jaguar getting into it with this lady. Now, Jaguar was going in like I have never heard her go in before. Okay. Going in like I never heard her go in before. Please pay attention. Going in like I never heard her go in before. Please. Sorry, I didn't mean to play that. Forget to turn my volume off. Okay, so hold on here. Okay, so I'm gonna play this on this other phone. Hold on. Let me pull this up, honey, because they were accusing Jaguar of sending Adria English and Lamisha Fuller, okay, of sort of being in cahoots with them. And then several people came out and said, governors said that Jaguar, or not Jaguar, said that Adria English had texted her or something saying that Jaguar loved her. The guy from Donut channel said the same thing. And hey, I'm gonna say the same thing because she sent me the same thing as well in my DMs. She's like, oh, this is my best interview yet. This is before I interviewed her. She was like, oh, this is my best interview yet. And she was like, Jaguar Wright loves me. And I'm like, girl, I don't know why you telling me all of that. I don't know why she, and then to find out she's telling everybody that. I mean, is that supposed to give her some sort of clout or make her more believable? I don't know. But hold on, because I'm going to play this audio though. Diddy's lawyer stormed out of court after hearing about Aaron Carter. I heard. Yeah, I don't know about that. I haven't seen that report. She can keep saying she's not behind all she wants. Yes, she is. That's why the girl texted me and said Jaguar Wright loves me. Why would you even bring Jaguar Wright name to me? You know, did the girl know the history between you and Jaguar or no? The girl said she watches me. And everything she's been saying in these interviews, she's quoting me, she's quoting my videos, she's quoting my dreams. Because sometimes I have dreams and I'll wake up and I'll do a live and I'll talk about it or I'll make a video. She's saying that these. Yeah, this lady got into it with Jaguar and she was saying that Jaguar some of the stuff that Jaguar has been telling online that Jaguar got from her. Now, I don't know if this is true or not. I'm not saying whether I believe any of this stuff or not. I'm not taking any sides. I'm just telling you all what the lady said. And then Jaguar hopped into the chat, apparently, on this guy's channel. And then that's when Jag wanted him to drop the link, and he asked the lady, "Do you want me to drop the link, governess?" And she was like, "Yeah, I don't care." Okay, so
Are her dreams. And I can't even make it up. Either her dreams and that everything that I'm saying, I'm talking about her. I'm not really talking about Cassie or Kim. I'm talking about her. Right. And then I was going to say, you also pointed out how when she's talking about how she was doing things to those kids, stabbing babies, she wasn't crying, but then everything that happened to her, all of a sudden she got emotional. I was like, damn, you're telling the truth about that, because she wasn't emotional. She literally said she just was stabbing the baby, and there was no tears, no nothing. I feel guilty for what I did to the baby compared to what happened to me. Yeah, almost couldn't live with myself. You know what I'm saying? To hurt a child. Me hurt a child? Like, and they love to perpetuate these stereotypes about me when they get angry because they can't do anything else. You tell lies about me, but I'm gonna tell the truth about you. Just like she sacrificed her son. She did. Don't let her tell you anything different. She did. We've had conversations about it. And then when I did an interview with her and I asked her, she changed what she said. She is a liar and cannot be trusted. Jack said she wants to come up. Do you want her to come up or? Yeah. Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure. Jack, are you there? Or Wolfgang? Okay. This is fucking total defamation. So, God, if you don't remove this, I am going to sue you. This woman is a witch. She is a devil worshiper. She has lined up several rappers to be killed. Those are facts. Mom, how many times have you sat there? How many times have you sat there and tried to contact my dead son? Tell the truth, devil. Never, your dead son. You're a liar. You have videos trying to contact you. You're a fucking liar. You're a lying bitch. No. What's shit? Did you try to contact her son or try to talk to his spirit? No, I was on live one day and Giovanni came to me and asked me, because see, I do voodoo work, and he asked me if I would take the things that I've done off. And I told him I could not. And he said he was worried about his mom because at this time she was spiraling because of what I did. I put the bitch, in a cow's tongue. And that's when you seen her keep going to the mental institution. Yeah, just going to her in the cow's tongue. Okay. See, that came out of he came to you. That's what you're saying. Okay, let me let her contact your son. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me, AT2? You care so much because you don't excuse me. Man,
okay, I'm going to skip forward because at some point in this conversation or this argument, Jag calls her a very nasty name. So I'm going to try to skip past that. Hold on, guys.
are you fucking serious? Y'all not gonna call this bitch crazy? Out of control. You're not gonna call this bitch crazy? Well, if they call me crazy. This bitch just sat here and said she put a spell on me and she was working with that fucking dog beating ex-husband of mine. And you're not gonna call this bitch crazy? You're not gonna call this bitch crazy. Because you're on number 9 at this point. You're not gonna.
Ooh, honey, this is all nefarious. Hold on, guys. Okay, so she called her the word, but let's continue.
Everyone knows it. You actually what's wrong? No, she was not my friend. She was never my friend. She used one of my own moderators. Once again, she used one of my moderators, my first moderator, to contact me. Little girl from Philadelphia. They came to me and asked me to help them find for girls who are being held hostage. That is why this fucking crazy witch bitch came to me. Then she wanted to do readings on me. Then she wanted to tell me how Aaliyah her. This bitch is a whole fucking scam artist. Then she sat there claiming to be Mo3's spiritual advisor and told me how sorry she was that she didn't make it to Dallas on time because she was praying the protection over him. And she missed her flight. And then he was killed. Broad daylight on live. Why don't you tell people how many dead rappers you've worked with? 5-9.
Yeah, so you contacted you.
I'm telling you right now, this bitch has been working with Tasha K for years. She's a mole and a threat, and she is a witch. I don't even know.
Do you know?
You're Q-Tita. You're Q-Tita. You're a junkie your damn self because you smoke much weed too. You smoke weed with me. So you must be a junkie. You're a junkie too. You're a fucking liar, Q-Tita. You're a liar and a witch. And a witch. And a witch. Maybe I may be a witch. And a witch. Claim it. Claim it.
The lady said, I may be a witch. I may be a witch. But here's the thing. If she's a witch, why were you hanging out with her smoking trees and all of that? Why were you hanging out with the witch? Like, this is all just crazy to me, but let's continue.
Being bitch. I do. I fucking rebuke you in the name of Yeshua. I rebuke you. You demon. Rebuke you in the name of Yeshua.
Hold on, Jag, because I don't want to miss out on this moment. Because Jag, you wanted to make it clear that you are not working with these with the women. So I want you to go ahead and at least just confirm that you are not working with these women. I want to get back to the point of the whole video. Okay, Jag, you there?
She's a demon. She is a devil worshiper.
For me, please, Jag.
And I am leaving. If you allow this bitch to lie on me anymore, I will strike this video and I will sue you. You are a witch, and I rebuke you in the name of Yeshua.
Are you gonna?
I rebuke you. I rebuke you in the name of Yeshua. Oh no, you devil worshiper. Oh, you are. You are. I promise you that. Bye, Jackie. I promise you that in the name of Yeshua. You will suffer for all the people you've harmed. You are a nasty, filthy, filthy, filthy.
Jag, is that all you want to
say? Bitch.
Is that okay? Jag, thank you. All right. Governess, I wanted to go ahead and give you an opportunity to respond, or if you wanted to respond to what I'm saying.
I will. So this is the thing. She is a liar. The young woman came to me, like I said, and she said, I wanted to introduce you to Jaguar Wright. I really feel like y'all could do some good things. And I'm like, okay. I have been seeing Jaguar, and I did want to speak with her because of what she was saying. It was the same things that I was saying. So I felt like, yes, she's a Black woman, of course. You know what I mean? Like, let's link up. Let's do this work together. When I say do this work, I mean, let's take down these people who are doing the things that they're doing. But I never reached out to her because I don't know her. The young woman reached out to me and found me.
Okay, so there was a connect that connected you guys.
Correct. Yes. And
there
so,
we go. Also, do you worship the devil? Because you keep saying that. Okay, thank you. You talk to the spirits as far as the ancestors that helped you, right?
I do, and I have a whole list of things that I believe in that I do. And it may not be for everybody, but the devil, I don't even know what that is. Like, knock that off. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a spiritual teacher, and I stand on the side of righteousness. And everything that she does is negative. Mm-hmm. She's a negative person, and she tries to bring in the negative things. I have not seen this woman do anything positive. She tried to hypnotize me. She tried to use me. She's an industry plant. I don't want to call her a witch because a witch is a good word. She's trying to act like it is, and she doesn't know what it means for real. I go into etymology and all this thing, but whatever. I'll be a witch. I'm happy for that. Am I a spellcaster? I don't harm anyone. I've never told this woman I was going to catch a flight to see Mo 3 or nothing like that. Everybody knows that Mo 3 was my client. I had just brought him on as my client when he was murdered. Unfortunately, he was on a flight. I was not going to get on a flight. He was on a flight. And because he had just became my client, I was really nervous to talk to him because I had just, found out who he was. When he came to me to get a reading from me, because I didn't seek him out, he came to me just like Junkie Jackie came to me. Like I said, he became my client. I've already put up all the receipts from that. Now, when Jaguar came, I didn't know, like I told you, there were two people who introduced her to me. So when we began talking, I had to come back to her because the young lady who introduced us, she called me in a frantic said, I don't know what's wrong with her. I think she's putting something on me. I can't trust her or you. I don't know what's going on. And I said, what are you talking about? She was like, y'all trying to do something. I said, wait, listen, you just came to me. I don't know you. I don't know her. I don't know what's going on. She said, well, I have to back out because I can't talk to her. Jaguar Wright called me and said, you go and get her and bring her back to me. I said, who are you talking to? First of all, I don't work for you. I don't know what you're talking about. Bring another woman back to you. Well, she's trying to get away and I need to bring her back in. And I knew then something was wrong with her. I said, well, maybe that's their business. I don't know what they got going on, but I'm not going to go get another grown woman and bring a grown woman back to you. I don't know you, don't know her. I don't know the situation what y'all going through.
Right. Why would I get involved in that, right?
Correct. So I did not. So Jaguar would call me and she would use me. She said, I want you to channel Prince. I want you to channel Janis Joplin. I want you to look at this, to ask Prince about why he never liked Alicia Keys. Like all of these things she would ask me to do.
Right. So then she can have a story to tell.
Correct. And I would do these things for her. I've never done a reading for Jaguar Wright ever. I've done an interview. I flew to Dallas. Her husband, Gerald, came and picked me and my cousin up, and we drove into Shreveport, Louisiana. At that point, Jaguar, I was kind of on a run because people were looking to kill me because of the work that I do. So now she is announcing my location every time she goes live. And I keep asking her, like, why are you doing that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're on the run and I'm on the run, why do you keep announcing our location? She said, because I have family here in Shreveport. Ain't nobody going to do nothing to me. To you, ma'am. To you. So now
right. That doesn't mean I'm safe.
You know what I mean? So now I'm side-eyeing Jackie, and so for her to act like she don't know that I do this work for real. Like I told her, I said, Prince keep calling you Black Jackie or Blackie Jackie. And she said, because that's what he used to reference me as. Now, she can keep lying and acting like, oh, I'm a demon and devil. But ma'am, my work speaks for itself. And you used to come to me. She put Tokyo Tony on the phone with myself. And Tokyo was telling me how she wanted to get Black China out of the industry, how she was trying to save her daughter. She was telling me how she had this tattoo on her body and she had a plan. And I told Tokyo, I said, if you try to pull her out, your daughter's not going back to poverty. She doesn't want to come out. She was dealing with Rob or something at the time. I said, she's going to do something to you. You can't just go and get a grown woman and tell a grown woman what she's going to do. So Tokyo started going off about how she was going to save her and bring her back to Jesus and all of this other stuff. I'll let it be. I've never talked to Tokyo again after that. So then when last year or the year before, when I seen them two going good about Quatita, me, and how I'm a demon and all of this, I think it's funny. You both are junkies.
Wow. And they both came to you seeking help and wanted help from you.
Correct. People come and seek me out, but when I stand in my bag and I do what I do, people get mad because they think they can use me. Come and validate this for me. If I'm not SHIT, then why do you want me to validate anything for you? I ain't never pretended that I'm not a spirit worker. I stand in who I am, and ain't nobody gonna change that. If you don't like me, leave me be.
Right. And just like Lamisha, she contacted you because she was wanting help from you. And you actually stated today, and I watched the video from the day where she was contacting you and like calling you out. Can you just speak a little bit about that?
Absolutely. She sent me an email, saying that I'm soulless and it's it was 5 tables in there. That don't mean that that's not her on that picture because that's a different person. Show the other tables. I'm soulless. I'm a soulless bitch. Oh, you're a soul trapper. Like you not nothing. Your whole world gonna crash because you trying to discredit me. I don't need to try to discredit you. You asked me to do a job. You said help you to remember, help you to know if Chance was your child and where your other children were. I did.
Right. Now, does she actually have children of her own?
I was told in this real reality, I was told that she is a mother. I don't know. I never even had that conversation with her.
They never even got that far to even find out. And, you know what? One of the most important things was when you were on the Zoom call with Adria and Lamisha, they were like, "Oh, can you put our cash app up? We ain't been able to work." This really seems to me like a money grab. And again, I don't know if Lionel B did pay her. I don't know that, so I just want to make that clear. But the fact that, can you put the cash app up so then we can make money? Even though you were the one trying to help them, they were seeking money.
Correct. And we never had a plan I was never going to put their cash app up. Of course, I told them I would, but that was never going to happen because I see what it is. She wanted me to put their cash app up. Like, that's what you're concerned about. I thought this was about, the truth coming out about this person and what y'all went through. But as you can clearly see, she's like, all my victims. Like, yeah, I'm she Diddy. Like, you have a mental problem that you think that because you're like pedophilia is funny to you. You saying that you were
You skip past that.
Or so easily told the story about how you did this and that to these children and weren't emotional, but as soon as something happened to you, I'm emotional and I'm crying and I'm speaking in tongues.
On live, and I proved that she was a liar. And where did she leave her? She left her out in the cold.
Oh.
She uses people. She was trying to get the young lady who said that Nicki Minaj's husband had assaulted her. I'm working with her. I'm doing this with her. And then where did that lead her? She couldn't use that woman. Guess what? She left her out in the cold. She's trying to get back into the music industry. So when she got to get up there and she got to sing with Kiki Wyatt, she thought that was her moment. She's doing all that she can to keep her name in any platform. You know what I mean? On any platform, she's just making things up that doesn't make sense. Like, I know Jackie's work. This young woman is her work. This is her work.
Wow. It's crazy.
I never worked with Gerald. Gerald called me because I told him, stay away from her. She was trying to paint it out like he was trying to do something to her so she could set him up and take him out for insurance or whatever that was. And I said, stay away from her. You're in danger. And that's what he did. And she's mad about it.
And since then, she had.
This is all nefarious. Okay, y'all heard that crap. Okay, it's talking about people plotting to take people out for insurance purposes and whatnot. So nefarious. Luna says it seems like Diddy was playing these women against each other. No telling. There is no telling. Okay, they're being scarce on these updates. Been scarce on these updates. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. Hmm. Okay, let's start the music back until we figure out what's going on. Brandy W said, I'm not seeing anyone talk about this, so please can we look a little closer at Aaron Carter's sisters and that they died so young. They all OD'd and nobody's talking about them. I don't know anything about Aaron Carter's sisters, honey. Don't know anything about that. Hold on, let me see here. Lights up, everyone, please. Like and share. I'm going to put on some music while I'm looking for something real quick.
Difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. Sometimes you got to do that. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. When I did it, I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. When I did it, I was fucked up. When I did it, I was fucked up. When I did it, I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. When I did it, I was fucked up. When I did it, I was fucked up. When I did it, I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. I was fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. When I did it,
It's too late to apologize. It's too late.
when I did it, I was fucked up.
It's too late to apologize.
I was fucked up.
It's too late.
When I did it, I was fucked up. I was fucked up. I mean, I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video.
Now you see now, you done fucked up, you know that, don't you? You know you done fucked.
Okay, so listen, let's go to Kevin Hart's confession tapes. All right, and I'm gonna be up out of here. I have another live that I'm gonna be doing for you guys later. But I'm not gonna be on here all day. I guess we'll find out what happened with Diddy's bail hearing at some point today, and then I'll talk about it. Okay, likes up, everyone, please like and share. So let's go to it. Because they say Kevin Hart had a confession tape that was leaked by Radar Online.
My friend said, "Hey, do you do Molly?" I said, no. I said, I already fucked with drugs like this. This is something that can be proven. You can test me, drugs are not in my system. He said, come on, Pastor Lee, I'll never let you do anything. He said, do it for me. I said, man, I haven't done that shit in years. I said, I'm not doing it. Fuck it. I said, give me half. Give me half of it, okay? And I'll put it in my drink when it's watered down, okay? That way it's watered down. I do the half because it's in my drink. I'm fine. I'm fine. We're drinking. The night is good. As that night goes, I now wish the girl mercy at the end of the night. Okay?
Which girl?
Monty, my security guards that were with me told me that Kevin, you were fucked up, but it didn't seem like you were fucked up to the point where we were worried. Like it looked like an alcohol fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Having fun. My friend said, "Hey, do you do Molly?" I said, no. I said, I don't really fuck with drugs like this. This is something that can be proven. You can test me, drugs are not in my kitchen. He said, come on, Pastor Min, I'll never let you do anything. He said, do it for me. I said, man, I haven't done that shit in years. I said, I'm not doing it. Fuck it. I said, give me half. Give me half of it, okay? And I'll put it in my drink and it's watered down, okay? That way it's watered down. I do the half because it's in my drink. I'm fine. I'm fine with drinking. The night is good. As that night goes, I now with the girl Monty at the end of the night. Okay?
I'm sorry, which girl?
Monty, my security guards that were with me told me that Kevin, you were fucked up, but it didn't seem like you were fucked up to the point where we were worried. Like it looked like an alcohol fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Having fun. My friend said, hey, do you do Molly? I said, no. I said, I don't really fuck with drugs like this. This is something that can be proven. You can test me, drugs are not in my kitchen. He said, come on, Pastor Min, I'll never let you do anything. He said, do it for me. I said, man, I haven't done that shit in years. I said, I'm not doing it. Fuck it. I said, give me half. Give me half of it, okay? And I'll put it in my drink and it's watered down, okay? That way it's watered down. I do the half because it's in my drink. I'm fine. I'm fine with drinking. The night is good. As that night goes, I now with the girl Monty at the end of the night, okay?
Which girl?
Monty, my security guards that were with me told me that Kevin, you were fucked up, but it didn't seem like you were fucked up to the point where we were worried. Like it looked like an alcohol fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Having fun. My friend.
Okay, so I'm going to go to part 2. I don't know if you all heard some of that twice or whatever because I'm multitasking. So I'm going to go to part 2. Okay, here we go.
My tia and Morgan came to the room, right? They came back to the room. My security was like, Kev, able to say, let's make sure that these girls are fine and everything is okay. I said, okay, well, just make sure their phones are shut off. I'm fine. Okay, that's all I care about. He said, okay, cool. The question was, did you put yourself up? I'm a heavy watch guy. I'm a heavy jewelry guy. And I had a bunch of chips on me, like casino chips, right?
Okay.
I probably had like $200 some $1,000 in casino chips. I gave him my casino chips. That's all I cared about. I said, take these. I said, I'll make sure that my watches and stuff are up. Okay?
Okay.
They make drinks while we're in the room. They make drinks. I'm not gonna lie. My comfort level with the girls was comfortable enough to say, okay, guys, go ahead, y'all make it. Y'all gonna make the drink. I went upstairs to go put my stuff up. I come back downstairs. We take the shots and we take a drink. After I take the shots and drink, I go, look, I'm fucked up. I said, I remember this part. I said, I'm fucked up. And I said, I'm fucked up. I go upstairs. I said, you're more than welcome to stay. I know it's late. Y'all can stay. It was a filler. I'm in the villa. I go upstairs. Me and my team, we were flirting and stuff, but there was nothing like locked in. Like, it wasn't like we left and I was like, yo, I'm fucking you tonight or anything like that.
Okay.
Like, it was a nice flirt, and I knew that it was in the air. It could happen if I wanted it to. But I didn't press the issue because at this point, I'm really like, yo, I'm fucked up. Like, I'm a little fucked up. I remember my team got in that bed. I knocked out. Nothing happened that night. I did not have sex with that girl that night.
Okay.
I had sex with her. The following morning. She woke me up. But hey, at this point, if you look, this is where I'm being taken. Now, here's the thing about the Cosmopolitan Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
The mirrors are on the side when you walk into the room.
Okay.
In other words, inside those buildings, you walk into the room, to the left of your bed, to the right is a wall-sized mirror. Mm-hmm. And you have to open that mirror. That whole mirror opens up, and that's where the closet is. The TV is in the mirror. They place the camera on the opposite side of the room to face the mirror. There's no way that they would have known to do that. There's no way that they would have known to do that if they didn't take that room out while I was asleep. Before that, nobody else is in my room. Nobody else is in my room. And the fact that the camera is positioned in a direction of the mirror, which then is showing the bed, showing that the only people that could do that were the people that said, okay, he's passed out. At some point, when you have sex, make sure it's in this area. I'll tell you why I say that.
Mm-hmm.
When you're having sex, you hear the noise. Okay, it's an edited video.
Mm-hmm.
But you hear the noise. I'm having sex at the top of the bed. If you look, there's one part where you see a woman flop down at the bottom of the bed.
Yes.
While we're having sex, out of nowhere, she turned on her, like I had her facing one way. She turned, and this is the morning. At this point, I'm in it. I woke up here, I'm a little discombobulated, but I'm fucking in it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in it. I mean, at this point, I'm not going to turn away from it. All right, shit, this girl that was here last night, it's going down. She throws herself backwards on the bed. That was her to get closer to the camera. When she did that, I pulled her back. That's why you never see me having sex in that area. That's when she got up. She then sat on the bed, which is in the clear camera view.
Mm-hmm.
She sat on the bed, started talking to you. And in that video, if you look, there's a moment where I walk around and I look in her phone. She called me over there to say something to me so it could be a clear view of me in that spot.
Mm-hmm.
Montia and Morgan came to the room, right? They came back to the room. My security was like, Kev, they will stay. Let's make sure that these girls are.
Okay, so Kevin still has drama going on, honey. Please pay attention. He sounds like he has a whole lot of drama going on. With that all being said, I'm going to conclude this broadcast. Everyone, please like and share. Subscribe to the channel. It doesn't look like there's going to be any updates on Diddy. I thought there would be because I saw the guy posting some stuff. But anyway, we just have the court filings for now, but I guess we'll find out later what's really going on. Okay. Maybe they won't even make the announcement today. Who knows? Truth Brown said he's selling his soul. Okay. Oh, hell no. I said, did he say magically delicious? Miss AP said, how long was this confession? It came out 3 days ago, honey. I don't know. Came out 3 days ago. I hadn't gotten around to speaking about it. Okay, so anyway, with that all being said, you're welcome, Aqua Girl Rising. Okay, so listen, you all enjoy the rest of this day. I will see you all later, honey, because I have another story that I'll be talking about later on today, probably around 6:30 or 7. Okay, so likes up, everyone, please. Like and share. I love you all to life. I hope you enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace. Miss AP said, Kevin, sit down. I mean, he needs to. At this point, he really absolutely needs to.
Hey, yo, Nick, hit him with that flavor.
Gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest next right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got